can't sleep. I'm pregnant. I'm waking up every few hours to pee and my body is enormous. Hi everyone, Marian here. I'm back to you with a new video, and this one is going to be my best tips on what to invest in when you're pregnant. When you're pregnant, a lot of your focus is on that baby and you just want to buy things for them and your hospital bag and all things like that. And I think people don't think about, making the most of those months and helping ease what can be a really tough time. So that's why I wanted to share this list with you guys. Now, this is sort of a learn from experience kind of thing, because when I was pregnant, I really didn't buy very much. I was like, this is only gonna be a few months. I don't wanna invest in things that aren't gonna be forever. This just seems silly. So I really didn't buy many maternity clothes or anything else. And in the end, I kind of looked back and was like, oh gosh, that was really silly, because there was a lot of those months where I was just really uncomfortable, I had nothing to wear, and just regretted not, enjoying those months and investing in them. So these are the things I would definitely buy if you're pregnant. The first one is a nice water bottle. So I know water bottles can be really, really cheap or really expensive, and it can seem silly to invest in a nice one, but I think it's totally worth it, because drinking water is the most difficult but also most important thing to do when you're pregnant. It helps so much with morning sickness, which I had a lot of, and everything your body's doing requires water to build that baby. So yeah, I think having a nice water bottle, because you're carrying it around constantly, it's like your 9-month accessory. So I think if you invest in something you actually like carrying and like looking at, you'll be more inclined to drink from it. It's also easier to monitor how much you're drinking when you know your water bottle, and you have to fill it up 3-4 times a day, whatever it is, to make sure you get the water that you need. So this is definitely number one. This is a Swell bottle, by the way. It's one of those that it keeps the water cold for, I don't know, 48 hours and hot for 24, something crazy. But yeah, I really like this one. The second thing I really loved were prenatal massages. So this is definitely a pricier one and not something you can do all the time, but once in a while it just feels so nice for your body to be massaged and feel good and have a day of pampering. It just feels so nice to just lie down, relax, and feel good. And it's also really beneficial in terms of blood circulation and helping your fatigued muscles. So it has a lot of health benefits as well. And I know there are places that you can buy prenatal packages for a few months and things like that. So yeah, I really recommend as a beautiful treat for yourself to get a prenatal massage. Along the lines of that, going in a pool also feels really, really good, because for the first time you're weightless. So I know for me, I felt so heavy my entire pregnancy. It was my bones and muscles couldn't lift all this weight, and being in a pool also felt really, really nice. The next one you've probably seen a lot, and that is a pregnancy pillow. Now this is just a giant pillow, but for me it works just as well. I did buy the pregnancy pillow, even though I think they were 80 bucks, plus you needed a cover for them, and it did help me for a few months. But in the early part of my pregnancy and the late part of my pregnancy, I actually didn't like it at all, and I just used a really big pillow. Sometimes I used two. I would use one between my legs so I could sleep on my side, and one sort of a bigger one up at my head. So that helped me feel more comfortable when I sleep. Sleeping is so freaking hard when you're pregnant, and everyone's like, oh, get your sleep now before the baby comes, and I was always like, I can't sleep, I'm pregnant, I'm waking up every few hours to pee and my body is enormous and I'm uncomfortable. So yeah, a nice pillow does help. The next thing I want to mention is clothes for the end of your pregnancy. So towards the end of your pregnancy, you're just thinking about that baby, designing the nursery, all the fun stuff, hospital bag, etc. And I know for me, that was the point of my pregnancy where I was literally in my husband's clothes, and at the very end I was even too big for those, and I had nothing to wear, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna go out and buy anything because I'm gonna give birth any day. And it was just a really, really hard time because I was so freaking uncomfortable. The one thing I did buy was these pair of pants from Old Navy, and they were just these big black, they're not sweatpants, they're more just a thin pair of linen pants. They're super comfortable, they were really cheap, and they kind of got me through at the end. So I think it's important to think about the last month or so that you're going to be pregnant and really big and just wanting to be comfortable. useful. So when you have time and energy early in the pregnancy, buy a few inexpensive pieces for the end. My last tip for something to invest in is someone to help you around the house at the very end, like a housekeeper for a day or something, to just get your house super clean before the baby comes. Doing a big cleanup with really harsh chemicals and all the bending and lifting and scrubbing is pretty difficult when you're pregnant and probably not the best thing for you towards the end. So I think it's really worth it to have someone come out, even just for a day or once a month or once every 2 months, and just help get your house in its best shape before you give birth, so that you're feeling good and your house is feeling good and you're ready to go. Okay, so that's my list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're pregnant and you found something that really helps you get through it, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new to my channel, I make videos about being a Jewish mom, cleaning, organizing, all things like that. So definitely hit that like button if you like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching. Bye!